Hi, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for the first half of November, though we do know time is fluid. So whenever you receive the message, you receive it. I want to give a special shout out to those who are celebrating their birthday. Happy birthday. My daughter's birthday is coming up in 3 days on the 29th. Um, it's funny because she's going to be 41, and boy, I remember my 40s, so it's interesting watching her, in her 40s and how I was in my 40s. So um, it's a stressful time, right? But it's a fun time at the same time. Anyway, welcome everyone. This is for those who have just found their way here. I just want to welcome you. I want to thank you for paying attention to your intuition. This is going to be the first half of the month checkup. I'm going to try to do these every month. I found myself with extra time, and I feel like you guys, we all need as much support as possible right now. So we're going to go ahead and begin the reading. We're going to use major arcanas. I'm going to control this reading more than normally. What I mean is I'm going to do a spread, and I'm going to pull the cards. And I'm just trusting the spirit will have them right in line, exactly where they're supposed to be. So let's go ahead and give them a cut. And we're going to take three. We're checking into three particular areas. We're checking into love. We're checking into career, or how you make your money, however you want to look at that. And then just life. What do we need to know? Whatever. It's just open. Whatever needs to come up. Okay, now we're going to take three cards off of each of these. You'll see. This is something new. Just different ways that I like to read to get as much clarity in a, let's say, a shorter reading. These are meant to be much shorter than my monthly readings. So if you're new, just know that there's also the month of November. That Ace of Pentacles on the bottom. I like that. Talk about abundance coming into the material world. Clearly, maybe not quite so obvious at this point. We have the Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I could talk about some energy that you feel that you're in right now. It can be energy that's around you that you're not so much trusting. We have the Nine of Wands under that, and the Four of Wands. Could be talking about a relationship. Okay, we're going to start at the bottom. Life. We have the Devil. Now, I have to tell you, these major arcanas I don't really read as people, but it is the card of, um, oh my god, Capricorn, duh. Nine of Pentacles. I like that. It's very abundant energy, the Hermit. I feel like for a lot of you, this is about spiritually based businesses. There's, we're not into your career yet, but I feel like maybe it's in thought. And then we have the Four of Swords, almost like I'm recording my healing and then reporting it outward. As I go through the healing process, maybe in some way I'm recording it. It could just be mentally. But I feel ultimately it's coming out into the form of what feels like a business. At least, it can be an article. It can be a book. It can be anything. What I like here is, first of all, the Hermit is the card of Virgo. And I like that it's the Hermit looking back at this Nine of Pentacles, because it's the illumination from the wisdom gained. Why? Because I asked the tough questions, right? Because I asked the tough questions. Maybe I beat some of my demons. I'm taking that time, or I've learned to take that time to heal. Right, coming from the nine right into the healing. Well, that's kind of perfect, because nine is about the reflection, and then the healing of that reflection, and then therefore using it within the Nine of Pentacles. It's interesting because my daughter reads cards. Her channel is Jenny Love Tarot, so she hasn't done a reading in a while, and oftentimes she says to me, I often feel like, is it okay for me to give the advice that I give when I don't feel like even my life is in order? And I said, that's something I wrestled with in the beginning, but I've learned that there's more than just our human self, right? There's our higher self. And I know that's where these readings are coming from. They're coming from my guides and my higher self. I've been there, done that. If I just ask those big questions. So I'm feeling that here, like, and maybe it's about healing that part of your mind where it can put self-doubt into, clearly, if it's traveling through the Virgo energy, meant to be. That doesn't mean it has to be. Just means that you'll be a natural at it. That doesn't mean it'll come easy, right? The Nine of Pentacles is about being willing to put the work in, right? Understanding that the building of my foundation is super important. Don't cheapskate myself, because I'll get to the top and the whole thing will come crumbling down, right? So this is saying, no, think about that foundation and build it from there. Build it from there. Okay, this is what's been happening. You are the third video that I'm doing the beginning of the months for, and what it does, it turns into one whole reading. So I want you to consider that. I can't help it. Okay, so we have the Lovers. So we have the Lovers coming under the career avenue. Card of Gemini, but remember, I'm not so much reading it that way. The meaning of the card is a head or heart decision. We have the Queen of Wands, our psychic queen. We have the Ace of Wands. And we have the Ten of Wands, which makes perfect sense because it's coming above the energy of healing, right? What's it healing? It's healing that Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is the energy of heavy responsibility, heavy burdens on my shoulder. You know, I often feel probably more than, it's not more than I can bear, but um, maybe more than I needed to take on, right? And it's the realization of that, really. So maybe that's why it's like I carry all these around till I feel like I can't carry them anymore, which, bam, helps to put you into that reflective mode of like, why, how, you know. But nonetheless, let's look at this. Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I find her to be our psychic queen. Um, you know, she is our intuitive queen, let's say. So she's not someone who is going to really sit back for long to think about something. This is more about movement, movement into it. You know, I feel like for some of you, what's happening is you have soulmate energy coming together, and it may be under a collaboration. I don't know if it's love, but and I don't know if it matters. If it's not love, it'll be like, you know, we're business partners, but then we become like best friends type of things because we're that much alike, right? We're the mirror of each other. Um, so you may be going down that avenue. So here's the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is the opportunity to begin something new, right? And something new that is passionate, that it does require your energy, but it's energy that is worth taking. You know, that's how I feel, anyways. You know, and I feel like for a few of you, you're right at the end of this Ten of Wands. Like you're, and maybe that means you're in the heavy part of it. Seven of Swords, maybe. Like you're in the heavy part of it. But I feel it coming to an end. I feel you feel, if you allow yourself, that that is coming to an end. Whatever that might be for you. Let's just go ahead and pull love right into it now. We have the Chariot. That's good. We have the Six of Cups. I have to tell you, I am rather loving these readings. We have the Wheel. Wow. And we have the King of Swords, potentially Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Am I letting him go? Or is he going to be is he part of my destiny? Because under him is the Ten of Wands, you know, that is, in some way, you know, are you carrying this King of Wands burden? But maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay too. Maybe you're helping to carry someone's burdens, and I kind of feel like, and therefore I'm also praying for them. So, you know, praying for them to be better, do better, feel better, whatever it is. I feel that. I definitely feel that. So let's go back to the beginning. We have the Chariot. That's movement. That's balanced movement, by the way. That means that we come to a place of balance. Next to this, the Six of Cups. Well, that's happy memories about um, a loved one of yesteryear, whether that be a friend, and that may be what's coming in. Chances are that's what's coming in. And we're in Mercury retrograde till the 3rd, so exes do show up. But you know what? I don't feel like, I feel like the right exes, not always, I guess, but a lot of times, because I feel like when they're pulled, I almost feel like meant to be like another opportunity. It doesn't mean things will be better. It's going to depend on those two people. Because, first of all, here's the energy of being balanced, being in harmony no matter what. Excuse me. And then we have the energy of destiny. So, this is you moving towards this person, this energy of the past, of happier times. of less encumbered times, for sure. When you felt good, right? When there weren't, it didn't feel like there were a lot of burdens on your shoulders. It was more, what's the word I want to use? There was more freedom. There was, I don't know. You know, I feel like what's going on is, you know, sometimes I feel like we're pushed out of like karmic relationships. Um, you know, maybe we had the opportunity to end them, maybe over and over and over again, but for whatever the reason, we chose not to. And I feel like, you know, the more we resist it, the push becomes stronger. You know, like the more resistance shows up. You know, it's like, man, more bad days start happening, that kind of thing. But it's like energetic. I don't know how to say this other than I just feel like there is, you know, I feel like you have a right to be free, whatever that means to you. I feel like you have a right to be free. And for some reason, I'm feeling like someone, you know, someone doesn't. Um, Yet in the same time, because I feel like I'm holding myself there. I'm holding myself. Um, so, you know, why aren't I going? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. For your reading, I decided. Oh, wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. How do I have two decks? Look at that. With the Ace of Swords coming with this deck. I don't know why they'd be together, but they are. So we have the Ace of Swords. This is walls that I've built around myself. This is protection that I've built around myself. This is, you know, the blindfold is on. This is not wanting to see something, fearful to see something. This is self-imposed energy. Now, listen, a lot of times it happens from because of what other people have done, said, what have you, right? Just life. But we get to the point where our life becomes so small, right? Because she can't move beyond those swords. She can't even see, right? She's got herself tied up and she's letting herself believe that when it's truly not the case. Um, Again, with reason, of course, but she chose to build those walls. So I think that's just something that wants to come out. We're going to take it. You know, and it's an 8, so it talks about new beginnings with an 8. New beginnings, I feel like coming with that energy is the realization of that. Like, man, am I protecting myself so much that I just stopped living life, right? I stopped living, and I don't mean, you know, listen. I feel like be safe during the coronavirus. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in choices that you make, places that you go, what have you. I just realized we got 2 9s side by side. Um, you know, so what does that tell me? First of all, with this 9 of Pentacles, I feel like whatever this is you're creating in this energy, it tells us it's going to be successful if you put your focus on it, right? But in the same breath, I feel like, what was I going to say? Oh, it's about the 9, so it's coming from your own wisdom. Even if, like, you know, even if you have to pick up a book and learn it, The thing is, you comprehend it so quickly. Um, and it's like it's like triggering really, really what you already know. You just don't know that you know it, I guess. Okay. All right, so we're just going to take a card here and there. I have to be honest, I have no questions down at the bottom. I feel very clear about that. I think we should move into the lover, or I'm sorry, into the career. And let's look a little deeper there. So let's take a card over the lovers and the Queen of Wands, and we have the Five of Wands. So this is two people who maybe at this moment are not seeing eye to eye, but in the same breath, definitely have the potential of seeing eye to eye. Could be people who are working together, two people who work together. It could be, two people who are romantically attached, who work together, who just right now are not seeing eye to eye. I want you to remember too, like, when we start to take on the weight of the world, and then we have like, retrogrades, and a lot is asked of us. But, um, you know, this is to teach us, right? It's to show us, like, man, we're fighting each other for the exact same cause. We're just coming at it from a different way. And when we see that, right, as the lovers here, I feel like they do. This is them being harmonic. Um, I just feel like that's the energy we want to create from. No matter what, I'm creating. If I'm part of that lover's energy. Okay. Look at this, the Ace of Cups. So, what can I say? Except that clearly this is about, even though we're in your money factor, well, listen, love can have a factor on our money too. But with the Ace of Cups here coming on top of this Ace of Wands. So this Ace of Wands is about a new beginning, an opportunity. And it's of love. Ace of Cups is coming over that. So it's saying there's something presented to you. It feels like it's part of your destiny. Um, it's up to you if you reach out and you take it. If you are letting someone persuade you into making a decision, this is about turning away, and this decision needs to come directly from you, because I feel like this is saying intuitively, you know the answer, you know what you want, because the Ace of Cups is coming over that Ace of Wands, and the Hermit, by the way, is attached to that energy. So, some of you could be a Virgo coming in, but for the majority of us, it's just saying something's coming hmm, you know, of true spirituality and true love. Okay, let's keep going. Let's look at that Ten of Wands. Look at that. We have the Fool. I mean, perfect, right? It couldn't be any more perfect. Ten of Wands. Oh my God, I don't know how much more I can take, right? I'm walking this trail, and like, I just need to get there. But as I get, as I'm walking there, more and more weight is put upon me. So the Fool comes over that, and also healing is below that. So this tells me that clearly this is an opportunity to put something to an end, and it may be outside influences that you take on, putting it to bed, putting it to an end, because the Fool is starting free and clear. Free and clear. Excuse me. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Nine of Wands coming over the Chariot by the Six of Cups. So I feel like this is talking about past life energy as I do the wheel. Like, we've been together before, we have done this together. I definitely feel there are some soulmates who are probably living together and working together, and I feel resistance right now within that. More probably the work area, and I feel like you're meant to see this reading just so you can see that you both really want to come to the same place. Um, just both coming from it. Well, it's coming from ego on both ends, and I feel like it's just saying, boom. Just realize that. Realize the two of you can get through anything, because you have gotten through everything. You know, that type of thing. So that's just one message. Okay. So with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this is repeat energy. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming over the wheel, and this Ace of Wands with the Ace of Cups. So for some of you, this may not even have to do with love, though. Again, maybe this talks about you meeting someone through what you do creatively. Let's just put it that way. Eight of Pentacles is about the work that you put into something, what you're willing to put in. The Eight of Pentacles talks about being willing to learn, you know, learning a new craft, learning a new way, that type of thing. But yet it's falling over the wheel, so I feel like it's probably something that you've done before. Maybe it's coming in a different way in this lifetime, right? Of course. It's going to show differently, but of the same type of nature, I feel. So some of you just heading for some very destined times within how you make your money and probably love too. It almost just feels like it's all just kind of flowing together. Okay, we have the King of Pentacles. Well, I don't know. King of Pentacles coming over that King of Swords. Some of you, I feel like this may be this King of Swords may be the one who's put a lot of burden on you, and that may be what you're cutting out. Because this King of Pentacles in some way has shown himself. And listen, this can be a business owner, but nonetheless, I feel like if even no matter what this king's role is, I feel like this is your soulmate. Like you feel it, you know it. Things feel right. Almost like the reading I just did, Libra's title. It feels so right. I could name your reading the same thing, if I allow myself to go there. Let's just go over the Eight of Swords over there. So I have the Prince of Swords. Could be someone around you just kind of takes away. And look at that, a Prince of Cups. So what do you feel like? Well, it could be a couple things. Some of you may stay with someone because maybe you have two boys. But I don't think anybody wants you to live the way I feel like you're living within the Eight of Swords. But I also feel this is about someone who probably that you had given your heart to had taken away your voice, and therefore you created these barriers. And much like I told Libra too, it's like drinking poison, expecting that it's going to hurt them, and all it does is it keeps hurting you. We go from the Eight of Swords over to the Eight of Pentacles here, over destiny, by the way. And that's what you focus on. It's saying, you put your focus on your pentacles, you're going to grow them. And then this King of Pentacles just so happens to be here. I don't know. He's kind of covering over the other king. And he's attached more to the Fool and the Ace of Cups. So I kind of feel like, what do I say? Some of you are working together. Some of you will be working together. Some of you, maybe it's not about love, except that I just love you, and you're very like-minded. I think a lot of people are going through some resistant energy, and I feel like what it's saying is fix that, look at that, because it feels kind of like if I look at that, this Ace of Cups just kind of shines, right? It shines, and there's abundance here, guys. So, I think I'm going to leave it there. I'm trying to keep these under 30 minutes, but I think everything came out quickly. So, some of you you got an old soulmate coming, or you're going back. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Dang it, I went over 30. Oh well. Since I already went over 30, some of you I feel like do have someone of the past coming back, or you're going maybe to them. And I don't mean directly to them as like there they are. You may have other goals in mind, and somehow, some way, there it is. So I don't know, but all I know is Destiny's hand is at play. I love you.